Would you rather have a pre-built PC or take a little bit of extra time and do a custom build PC? In today's video, we're going to look at doing a comparison of how the market has changed in PC building, and does it still make sense to actually try to build your own, or are pre-builds actually becoming more of a value? So personally, I think I always say build your own. You know what's going in it and you can build it to be upgradable. So if you're new here, I go by NickyT and I love creating tech, gaming, and PC related build content. So if that resonates with you, please subscribe as you watch this video. Drop me a like if this does help you understand the differences between the two, because I'm really going to show you price and basically performance, and just show you are generally paying probably around 30% more for a pre-built than building it yourself, and taking a little bit of time to do that. So if you guys don't know, I've actually been creating a build series around every PC build that I do, and it's going to be multiple videos, and I'm going to put them in separate playlists so you guys can check that out on my channel. And I'm going to just get to continue that format, and both trying to showcase the builds and the games that I play on them, as well as just providing general information to help you guys learn a little bit. So if that interests you, then definitely, again, hit that sub button, drop me a comment down below if there's anything, if you have any questions or interests or recommendations that you're looking for, and then definitely like the video for me. That helps me a ton, and it helps me reach new people with this video. So I'm just gonna cut right to it for those of you that just want the answer right away. I do think you should always build your PC, no matter what, no matter who you're buying it from. Even if it's simpler to go through like a warranty process or something like that, you're always going to be able to build a better PC than what you're going to get in a pre-built, because they always skimp in some sort of part on the PC to maximize profits. And you're also paying for other people to put that PC together, supply chain, all of that. You really benefit a lot more from knowing what's going in your PC. First of all, if anything goes wrong, you know how to triage it, figure out what it is. You could basically build it to upgrade with specific components, that a bigger power supply, a better motherboard up front. So then later down the road, all you have to do is really sell your old GPU and upgrade to a new one, and only pay a couple $100 difference. And you can just run with the same build. And this can extend the life of your PC to 5-10 plus years. So I always advocate for that. So if that was the answer that you're looking for, then I just dropped it for you. So if that affirmed your click on this video, then just drop that for me. Now, some reasons why you would want to consider a pre-built. One, you don't care to build your PC. You don't want to do it, you don't have the time, and you really don't care to. That's the reason to get a pre-built. There's advantages of getting a pre-built. Generally, everything's under one warranty from whoever you buy it from. So that makes it a little more simple if something does go wrong. But a lot of the times, man, I found that all the PCs that I built, I literally never had problems with. The only things that I ever have seen to die on me is RAM sticks, which hopefully none of them die now with how pricing is. And I would say probably coolers, like AIOs. That's the only things I've ever had trouble with over time. Everything else has been rock solid, and you could keep them for years and years and years. You have a 10-year PC if you want. Other than that, those are the benefits of it. It's just that you want to buy something and turn it on. It's just a lot simpler. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go on here. I'm going to do a little bit of screen recording and just going to show you, try to find an equivalent to this PC. And if you guys haven't been following my other build series, I did a 3060 12GB and a 5600 build. And I actually sourced a bunch of used parts for this. And then I also just waited for deals and put it together for about $705, which it'd be difficult to build that now, even with price of M.2 drives going up. Storage, memory, everything is just skyrocketing in price. Even the used market on used components is going up, because there's more value in the used market now, because newer products are so much more expensive, and you can drive the price up of the used market now because people are so heavily buying into it. So that's just one of the unfortunate downsides of trying to build a PC, is there's going to be these huge fluctuations in pricing. Which actually, I'm going to make a video on this too, but basically I think laptops are going to become a steal of a deal compared to both building a PC and a pre-built PC, because you're also getting a monitor and keyboard and everything included, right? And it's portable at the same time. And then if you look at the price of handhelds, they're easily just as expensive as a laptop, and I would just say just get a laptop at that point, play with a controller. Let's just see if we can find a comparable PC. What I've done is I've loaded into Newegg, and the reason for that, I think Newegg is going to be One, it's a huge retailer for PC components and pre-built PCs, and it's pretty much accessible to everybody. It's not like trying to compare this to Micro Center where only certain people have access to them, if they're in a location with one, which I'm thankful I have one. So I love Micro Center, nerd heaven basically, right? So what I've done is I've typed in Ryzen 5600X and 3060 12GB at the top here, and let's just see what comes up. So immediately, guys, this is what I'm talking about. I paid $705 for my PC build, and I was able to source used components that made sense to actually put into it, and it's built to actually be upgradable. I can swap out this 3060 and put it in a 5070 right now, because I put in an 850 watt power supply that's ATX 3.1. So keep that in mind. Look at how expensive these are. 1266 is a little cheaper, but it's only 16 gigabytes of RAM. 1 terabyte drive. This one right here looks like this second one right here. Zalman gaming desktop, Ryzen 5600X, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 3060 12GB, 1 terabyte NVMe, and Wi-Fi 6E built in. That's a basically one-to-one match to what my build is, and that is $1,334. So keep that in mind. That is double the price, plus you're paying tax on top of that, right? So it's about $1,400. Hopefully you get free shipping. And it's double the price of this, where you could easily still source a lot of those components used. And you may not be able to build this PC anymore for $705, but I guarantee you could probably build it for at least $900. So even that is significant savings over $1,400. With that savings, you could save pocket, wait for a little bit, and you might be able to even upgrade to a 9070 XT, 5070, maybe 5070 Ti if they go back down in price. So just keep that in mind. When you have more control when you're doing your own custom build versus going out and looking for a pre-built. A lot of the times those systems are not built to be upgradable. You have to swap out the entire system. Let's see if we can find one that's decent in price. If not, we'll use that as our test here. Looks like anything that's 32 gigs is over $1,300. 16 gigabytes. This one's a 5600, but it's a Radeon 6600. Good luck. And it's $800 with 16 gigs of RAM. So let's see, 5700X, 16 gigabytes of RAM, only a 500 gigabyte solid state. But it does have a 4060 for $849. A 1080, what the heck? Please don't buy a 1080 right now. 4060, 2080 Super. None of these PCs make a whole lot of sense. That hard drive is going to be so incredibly slow nowadays. You could easily use this PC though, but 16 gigabytes of RAM is really going to limit you in games that you're playing nowadays. And the 4060 is good, especially for 8 gigabytes, but you're really going to be confined to... So you'll run into games nowadays that are using more than 8 gigabytes, but if you're playing on 1080p, not as big of a deal. But that is refurbished too, so that's a used PC, right? So we want to look at new. So this 5700X, which is a better processor for multitasking than a 5600X, has 32 gigabytes of RAM. It has a 1 terabyte SSD, not an NVMe drive, and it's a 4060 8 gigabyte. So for $1,000, but that's also refurbished. So keep that in mind. You're buying it refurbished. You have no idea what happened to it. You don't have a chance to look at it in person, do any testing if you're buying components yourself. So that's always something you have to pay attention to. Honestly, the only one that makes sense for us to compare to is probably that one at the beginning here. It's brand new right here. So we're going to look at this PC. The reason why I want to look at this one is because it's a one-to-one comparison. It almost has identical specs to the PC that's in here. So 5600X, 32 gigabytes of RAM, which it doesn't tell you the mega transfer speed, which this is 3600 CL18 that I got used for 140 bucks on Facebook Market, which right now you're probably paying twice that, two to 2.5 times that if you try to buy them new or from another source that's not willing to cut you a deal. 3060 12 gigabyte. I bought mine for $185 used about 8 months ago at that price. You could probably get it a little cheaper now, although I've been seeing GPUs creep up in price in the used market. 1 terabyte NVMe, no name brand, something that you'll notice on pre-builts, it's a lot of no names. You have no idea what type of components are in there. And the whole point of a pre-built is to make margin. Cheap as possible to get it out the door, not upgradable most of the time. Sometimes it's even proprietary components and you can't really even change anything, depending on which pre-built manufacturer you go with. So another no name, you don't know if it's gonna last, what reputation it has. I use the Samsung 990 EVO Plus in here, which Samsung probably the best in the game for NVMEs. And I'm confident that it's not gonna randomly die on me. 1 terabyte, so it has Wi-Fi 6E, which this board has Wi-Fi 6E, same thing. And it has a 650 watt power supply. So it has expansion headroom, so that is actually surprising to see that they actually gave you a larger power supply. Typically that's not the case, so I'm actually surprised by that. You could probably go up to 4060 with that. I don't know if you could squeeze by maybe like 5060 Ti or something like that, or 4060 Ti. I don't think you might be able to get a 4070 on that. Probably not. You probably need 700 minimum. But mine, as a comparison, 850 watt ATX 3.1 power supply. So I can literally pop this out and put in a 5070 right now if I wanted to, or a 9070 XT, which I have both in stock. So if you want to see stuff like that, then hit that sub button. Thank you. So just looking at this, would you rather pay $1,400 or do a little bit of work, start learning the market, learning components, and build this for literally half the cost? So I'll leave that decision up to you, but that's really, if you want ease of mind, you want one warranty, you don't want to think about it, you don't ever want to mess with your PC, then yes, get a pre-built, right? It's just like similar to buying a console. You just want to be able to buy it, turn it on, and it's ready to go. Now, if you are willing to learn a little bit and you want to be a little more adept in PC components, especially learning the market or even how to put a PC together in case something happens. If one part dies, you can swap it out, do a little bit of testing, stuff like that. Then definitely check out my other videos on my channel. I'm trying to make more informative content that help people just get started and understand, oh, hey, I can do this. I can buy these parts and put them together. PC building nowadays is so simple. You literally plug and play most of the components. It's just figuring out which ones to get to put inside of it most of the time. But if you guys want to continue to see stuff like that, then let me know. How did this video help you make a decision if you came to one of building your own or buying a pre-built? And I'm always looking to improve, so drop some feedback for me down there in the comments as well. But I'm just going to leave this one off. I just wanted to make a quick video showcasing I do think you should consider building your own PC instead of just going for pre-builts. And as always, guys, appreciate the time. I go by Nicky T. Again, I love making this type of content, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.